Greetings! In this lesson, we're going to talk about converting temperature units. Okay, so in that lesson, we're going to talk about just converting from the units Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. So we're going to use two important equations, that equation and that equation. So you should memorize those. And of course, I have the examples written on the paper, so you can go faster. And I brought the calculator too, so I can also go faster in the calculation. So enough talking, let's start solving. First example, it's going to be converting 80 Fahrenheit into Celsius. So which equation are we going to use here? You're right, we're going to use this equation, or that equation. So how are we going to do that? We can see that we have those symbols. What are those? TF means the temperature of Fahrenheit. TC, what will it be? You're right, temperature of Celsius. So let's start. So we're going to convert now the numbers 80 Fahrenheit into Celsius. So if we have the number Fahrenheit already shown or given, where are we going to put it? You're right, here. So we're going to write 80 Fahrenheit equals to 1.8 TC plus 32 plus 32. So what are we going to do here now is we're going to do the math. So we're going to just get that 32 to be, just to get rid of that 32. How we're going to do that? Using algebra. We're going to get rid of 32 by subtracting 32 from both sides. So we're going to subtract 32 from here and 32 from here. Now of course the unit will still be Fahrenheit. Why? Because 32 Fahrenheit equals to 0 Celsius. So this unit here, this number here is the number of Fahrenheit. So now we have 32 Fahrenheit minus 32 Fahrenheit. This cancel this out, and we're going to have 32 Fahrenheit subtract 80 Fahrenheit subtracted by 32 Fahrenheit. So what we're going to do, we do the math, we get the number 48 Fahrenheit, and that will equal to 1.8 TC, temperature of Celsius. So how can we get the number of Celsius from the number of Fahrenheit, or how much 48 Fahrenheit equals to 1.8 Celsius, equals to Celsius? It will be like this. We're going to do the math. We'll divide 1.8 from both sides. Let's cancel this out, and then those will do the math to them, and we're going to get the answer as 48 divided by 1.8, and it will equal to 2.7 Celsius. We won't have 2.7 Celsius. 27 Celsius. So that will equal to 27 Celsius. So that's the first example, and we know now that 80 Fahrenheit will equal to 27 Celsius. So let's go for the next question. Let me get the eraser. Here it is. So the next question is going to be, what's going to be about? It's going to be Fahrenheit converted into what? It's going to be Fahrenheit converted into Celsius again. So imagine we have 100 Fahrenheit. We want to convert that into Celsius. Let me write the unit here, F, degree sign, and then here you have Celsius. So we're going to use which equation? You write the TF equation. We're going to write that down. We write 100 Fahrenheit equals to 1.8 TC plus 32. So we're going to do the math. You're right, we're going to subtract this from both sides. We're going to do here the math too. I know it's an easy question, but still it's going to equal 68 Fahrenheit equals 1.8 TC, temperature of Celsius. Okay, so 68, and then we're going to do the math here. 1.8 divided by both sides, this cancel this out. Then we're going to divide 68 divided by 1.8 to equal to, if we have two significant figures, we're going to have 1, 2, it's going to equal to 38 Celsius. So 100 Fahrenheit equals to 38 Celsius. Another question. Let's take another question. So this question is going to be it's going to be the same but different units. So we're going to convert now 100 Celsius into Fahrenheit. So let's do that. Which equation are we going to use? You're right, that one. So we're going to write here now TF, because we don't know what is the temperature of Fahrenheit, equals 1.8 multiplied by 100 and plus 32. So the 100 is this part is all about Celsius, so we're going to do all the math, and we're going to have 1.8 multiply 100 plus 32, and that will equal to 212 Fahrenheit. So what is the temperature of boiling point, what is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit? Is 212 Fahrenheit, and what's the boiling point of water in Celsius? It's going to be 100 Celsius. Next question. Now the next question is going to be about Kelvin. So let's start. So we're going to have now the first question as 100 Kelvin converted into Celsius or to Celsius. Which equation are we going to use? You are right, the second equation. So we're going to write here K, because we know it's going to be 100 Kelvin equals TC temperature and 273.15. I know if we subtract that number we're going to get a negative answer, but still it's just a question. So we subtract 273 here by 15 minus 273.15. Let's cancel this out. We're going to do the math here, and it's going to be equal to what? It's going to equal to negative 173.15. Let me make that look better, and here we go. So how many Celsius will 100 Kelvin be? It will equal to negative 173.15 Celsius. Okay, next question. Now it's going to be the conversion of, again, Kelvin into Celsius. So we're going to have 200 now Kelvin, convert that to Celsius. So what we're going to do, put the equation. Which equation? You're right, that one. So 200 Kelvin equals to dTc plus 273.15. So we'll do the math. Subtract here 273.15, here 273.15, also subtract it. So we'll cancel this by this. Go and get the math here, do the math. It will equal to negative number, negative 73.15 Kelvin. Celsius. So 200 Kelvin will equal to negative 73.15 Celsius. Another question, but this time it's going to be the opposite. We're going to get the opposite number. It's going to be 255 what Celsius now. We're going to convert Celsius into Kelvin. So we have 255 Celsius convert to Kelvin. So we'll do the math here using this equation. So Kelvin, we don't know that, equals to TC, which is the temperature of Celsius, plus 273.15. So let's do the math here. Oops, let me write that 15 and here 3. So we'll do the math, and here we're going to have 255 plus 273.15, and that will equal to 528.15 watt Kelvin. So that's the answer. So 255 Celsius will equal to 528.15 Kelvin. Next and the last question. It's going to be tricky, so you need to open your mind and think about it. You ready? Let's start. So here we want to convert Kelvin into what? Oh, you got it wrong this time, because we're going to convert from Kelvin, not to Celsius, into Fahrenheit. So of course it's the last question and it should be tricky, so maybe some of you got it wrong. So now let's do the math. So if we have, for example, Kelvin to convert to Fahrenheit, I want to do the math. What equation are we going to use? You're right, there's no equation that we can use. But at the same time, you are wrong, because you can use both of the equations to solve that. How? Instead of going directly to K to F, Kelvin to Fahrenheit, we'll go indirectly by turning Kelvin into Celsius and Celsius into Fahrenheit. So let's say we have 500 Kelvin. I want to convert that into Fahrenheit. How will we do that? You're right, we'll start with the equation of Kelvin, then do the TF. So let's start. So the numbers 500 Kelvin, that will equal into that will be written as equal to TC plus 273.15. Now we need to do the math, so subtract 273.15, 273.15. So this cancel this out. We're going to write the math here. So 500 subtracted by 273.15, that will equal to 226.85 Kelvin. Sorry, 285 Celsius. So that's going to be for Celsius. So here we have 226.85 Celsius. Okay, we're going to multiply that by 1.8. Why? Because we're using the equation, that one. Because we finished from the Kelvin, now we convert to Celsius. So that will equal to TF plus 32. So let's do the math. After doing the math, what we're going to get the number, what is the number, or what's the answer? It's going to be 1.8 multiplied by 226.85 plus 32, and that will equal to 440.33 Fahrenheit. So 500 Kelvin will equal to 440.33 Fahrenheit. So let's check our equation just to check if there's any mistake. So we did the math, we got to 6.85, and then you will do math of TF equation, and we got it correct. So this is all about our lesson for today, and I hope it is useful. Now if you want to learn about biology, you can check out my brother's channel, which is going to be AP biology course. And if you want to learn more about chemistry, you can just visit my channel. You'll find the link just popping up in here. And yeah, so that's all about the lesson today, converting temperature units. And so that's it for today, and I hope it is useful. So don't worry, in these videos I'm going to use calculators so I can be much faster in the calculations and not wasting time. And sometimes I may write the questions on a paper, on a piece of paper, also just in case I don't forget any question, and take me a little bit of time to remember it while talking. So we can use the paper with numbers just to make the video go faster, and everybody can learn faster. So that's all about our lesson for today, and I hope it is useful.